Hey, so we're going to do the scapula right here. To start out with, we're going to do the origins. So right here on the anterior side, kind of fumbled the scapula just now. This one's going to be the subscapularis. And then going on kind of above it a little bit, right here is the origin site for the inferior belly of the omohyoid. And then right here going on to the coracoid process. Right here, right there, that's going to be the origin site for the short head of the biceps brachii. And then on the tip of the coracoid process is going to be the origin site for the coracobrachialis. And then going on to like around the glenoid cavity, right above the glenoid cavity, this is going to be the origin site for the long head of the biceps brachii. And then below the glenoid cavity right here is going to be the origin site for the triceps, long head of the triceps brachii. And then right here going on to the posterior side now. We're going to look at this right here. So this is the origin site for the infraspinatus. And then up here is going to be the origin site for the supraspinatus. Right here on the spine, right along here, that's going to be the deltoids. Yeah, deltoids right here on the spine. And then right here, these last two and three sitting on top of each other, this is going to be the teres major and then the teres minor. So yeah, those are the origins right here. Now we're going on to the insertions. So the insertions, we're going to start in the anterior side again. Right here is going to be the insertion site for the serratus anterior, anterior side, and serratus anterior. And then right here on the coracoid process again, this is going to be the insertion site for the pectoralis minor. And then we'll go into the spine right here. This right here, the spine right here. This is going to be the insertion site for the trapezius. And then we're going to go to the posterior side right here. All these three muscles are actually innervated by the same nerve, the dorsal scapular nerve. So right here, starting down below, this is going to be the rhomboid major. And then right up here, rhomboid minor. And then right up above it, right there, right here, this is going to be the levator scapulae. So yeah, those are all the muscles that are originating from the scapula and inserting into the scapula as well. All right, so now we're on to the humerus. And so the humerus, we're going to start with the insertion points of the humerus. So to start off, we're going to go on the anterior side and the proximal end of the humerus. So we're going to start out right here. This is going to be the subscapularis. And then up here is the supraspinatus. And then the infraspinatus. And then back on over here is the teres minor. And that is what makes up the rotator cuff in your shoulder. So super cool. Next is the right here. This is the major sandwich that we call it. Right here, this long one, this long insertion point is going to be the pectoralis major. This middle of the sandwich, the meat, is going to be the latissimus dorsi. Yep. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Latissimus dorsi. And then the end of the sandwich, the bun, the bottom bun of it, or top bun, whichever you want to think. This is going to be the teres major. Right here is where the insertion point for all the heads of the deltoid are. And then right on back here on the like kind of posterior side, like the posterior side kind of, this is going to be the insertion point for the coracobrachialis. Okay. Coracobrachialis. And then now we're going to go into the origins. We're going to go back on the anterior side. So right here, this big long one, that's going to be the brachialis right there. And then right over here, we're going to go on to these two right here. The one sitting on the bottom of it, that's the origin site for the extensor carpi radialis longus. Okay. And then right on top of that, that's going to be the brachioradialis. Okay. So now we're going to go on down. So this is the capitulum right here. So right here on the side of the capitulum, this top one right here is going to be, this one is going to be the common extensor. Yeah, common extensor origin site. And then right below it, right there, is the Inconius. It's the origin site of the Inconius right there. Right there. Now, I'm trying to remember what else I got left. So right here on the side of the trochlea, right here, these two, you see, these two, on the top, that one's going to be the pronator, or origin site of the pronator teres, okay? And then right here, right there, is gonna be right below the pronator teres origin site right there, is going to be the origin site for the common flexor. And then to the back side right here, these last two origin sites, make sure, yep, last two origin sites on the post, and then this is the posterior side. Last two sites is going to be this one right here is going to be the origin site of the triceps brachii the lateral head of the triceps brachii, and then this is the medial head of the triceps brachii. So yeah, those are the origins and insertions of the humerus. So I'm onto the clavicle now. I'm going to make it quick because I want to save time for the radius and the ulna. So right here, this is a left-sided clavicle. We're going to start with right up here. It's going to be the medial end of the clavicle. It's going to be the origin site for the sternohyoid. And then more anterior and medial of the clavicle. This is going to be the origin site of the pectoralis major. And then more lateral anterior side of the clavicle is going to be the origin site of the deltoids. And then if you flip it on the bottom side of it, of the clavicle, this is going to be the origin site of the subclavius and the clavipectoral fascia. And then now we're going on to the posterior side of the clavicle on the lateral end of the clavicle. This is going to be the only insertion site, and it's the insertion site of the trapezius. So those are the insertions and origins of the clavicle. Okay, so now we're going to go into the radius. We're going to start out with the origins. So the origins starting right here. This big long one, this one's going to be the flexor pollicis longus right there. And then on these backside, there's going to be two stacked up on each other. The one on the top is going to be the abductor pollicis longus. And then the one on the bottom right here is going to be extensor pollicis brevis, okay? So now going on to the insertions, right here, the number one, long one right here, is going to be the supinator. So right here, supinator. And then we turn on over right here, right at this little tubercle, is the biceps. This is the insertion point for the biceps. And then also right here, right below the supinator, is going to be the pronator teres, okay? And then on down below, everything right here, this one's going to be the pronator quadratus. And then over here, kind of by the styloid process, this little blue one right there, that's going to be the brachioradialis. So that is the origin insertion points of the radius. So now we're going to go on to the ulna right here. So we're going to start out with the origins. So right up here, there's going to be two up here. So right here, the first one that's going to be on the top, that's going to be the flexor digitorum superficialis. And then right below that is the pronator teres. And then right here, this long one is going to be the flexor digitorum profundus. And then this one right here, on the very bottom, is going to be the pronator quadratus. We're going to turn it a little bit to right here. It's going to be right below the radial notch. So right there, that's going to be the supinator. The supinator is going to be right there. And then there's going to be three origin sites right here as well. So this one right here is going to be the abductor pollicis longus. And then this one's the extensor pollicis longus. And then this is the extensor indices right there. Now we're going to go on to the insertion points. So the insertion, the first one right here, this big one, is going to be the inconius. And then we're going to turn it right here. This one is going to be the brachialis. And then the last one, but not least, on the very top is the triceps right there. So yeah, that is the insertion and origin points of the ulna. So yeah.